Okay, guys. Hey, Bill Soriano here from Pittsburgh. Wanted to make a quick video for you today here in my group, the Impulse Trading Academy, and basically just want to see here real fast. I want to go over the new strategy that we're teaching in our community using the Impulse scanner. So again, we have several different strategies. If what you're currently doing right now works for you, then don't worry about changing anything. Just stick with what's working for you. Okay. But if you're not having a lot of success or you're just looking for something new that you want to do, then you want to watch this video here. So basically, let me just share my screen here real fast. And let's see. This is our new impulse process sheet here. So when you join our community, and right now we have lots of bonuses for you. We're giving you a $50 rebate off your first month. We're giving you some free training and a free chat access to a chat room where you can ask questions 24 hours a day. But this is our impulse process sheet here. It's very important you watch this video first when you become a member. But I just wanted to show you with this sheet here. It goes through, it tells you what sections to watch on our company's website, the live training on our company's website that is kind of the background for these strategies, right? And that's the buy low, sell high, and the multi-time frame analysis syncing, okay? And then we have video here. Michael does video show you how to set up your EMAs on TradingView and also how to set up the ATH and Bollinger Band indicators for the strategy. That's for everyone. And then you have entry model 1 here, 2 videos, a longer video, then a shorter recap video. This is using the Bollinger Band. First, I'm going to go through the whole thing for you, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to go over it. And it doesn't matter if you're using entry model 1 or entry model 2. This is the way that you would want to go through all the pairs here at the start of your trading session. So for me, that's the Asian session. So I do this in the evening right before 6 p.m. so that I'm ready to go. I have my alerts set. I know which pairs I want to trade, the ones that are trending, right? We only want to trade the trending pairs. And we're going to show you how to use the impulse scanner very quickly, taking 3 to 5 minutes, right? And going through all 28 Forex pairs and determining very quickly which pairs you want to trade. Okay, and I'm going to show you how we do that. And that's what the impulse scanner is really, really good for, determining the trend. You don't have to do a top-down analysis. You don't have to go through all the time frames. You can just very quickly go to the scanner and you can see right away if a particular pair is a pair you want to trade. That's the beauty of it. But I'm going to show you, right, how to do that. And again, once you become a member of our community, if you're not already, you'll get access to these videos here to show you how to set up the EMA, show you how to get access to our ATH indicator and download that in our and how we set up the Bollinger Band. So I'm not going to go over that, but I am going to show you how you would go through the pairs and how you would set your alerts for your trading session. So I'm going to do that right now. It's Sunday about 9:17, so the Forex market's closed. I usually wouldn't do this till Monday evening, right before I want to trade Monday's Asian session, because I don't like to trade Sunday night. But I'm going to do it right now so that you see what we do here and how quickly and easily you could do this every day right before the start of your trading session to determine which pairs to trade and set your alerts. Okay, and I'm going to be using, I like to use entry model 2 here, and this is the impulse paired with the smart money concepts, right? It's the same thing as entry model 1, only we don't use the ATH indicator as our entry trigger. We use smart money concepts, and I will show you that. You won't actually see the smart money part of it today, but during the week, as the alerts go off, I will come on here live and I will show you what I'm looking at and why I'm setting my limit orders to take the trade. Okay, so also you have to determine which time frame you want to use for your higher time frame I'm going to use the 30-minute like Michael does here. As you can see here, he says he uses a 30-minute. He likes to use the 30-minute, so do I. But you can use any time frame combo you want. Most people are using the 15-minute as their higher time frame, and then the 5-minute is their trigger chart. I like to have my trigger chart at least 2 time frames down from the higher time frame that I'm using. Okay, so that's why I like to use the 30-minute, and then my trigger chart is the 5-minute. Now, if you want to use the 15-minute as your trigger chart, that's what most people are doing in community. Personally, myself, if I used the 15-minute, then I would want to drop down to the 1-minute as my trigger chart, and I just don't like to trade on the 1-minute. So that's why I like to use the 30-minute. I'll be using the 30-minute and the as my higher time frame. And basically, that's just where we set our alerts for the Bollinger Band breach, which I'll show you here in a minute. And then once we get that alert goes off, we get that Bollinger Band breach on our higher time frame, which is the 30-minute for me, then I will drop down to the 5-minute to look for a lower time frame flip, to then decide to set a limit order and take the trade, right? So let me show you how we set this up. So this is our impulse scanner right here. Now what I do is I just go to the daily time frame. It doesn't matter which time frame you used, but we're going to go through all the pairs very quickly just to determine if they're trending or not. And again, you won't get access to this scanner until you become a customer of our community, but it's important to understand that you can try everything out for 7 days after you become a customer. And if you think it's just a bunch of baloney and it's not going to work for you, then you can ask the company for your money back. And as long as you're within that 7-day window, they will give it to you. So you can actually join today, try all this out for 7 days this week. And if you don't think it's going to work, you can get your money back from the company. Now, I guarantee you, once you try it out, you're going to keep it, but there is that option. So all we're going to do is we have these listed from A to Z, right? And all we're worried about here is we want to look at these arrows. These are the macro trend arrows. So it's telling you which way on each one of these pairs, on each one of these time frames, which way the macro trend indicator is pointing. So we want all of these to line up here I want all of these to line up from the 5-minute through the daily. So I'm not concerned about the 1-minute because I don't trade on the 1-minute. Now, if you want to use your 1-minute as the trigger chart, then you would have to have the 1-minute lineup as well. So I want all 6 of these time frames here, the 5, the 15, the 30, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily, to line up either all bullish or all bearish. So you can see here the odd CAD does not do that. And then we just scroll through the pairs, okay? You can see here that one's no good. Now, AUDJPY does line up, right? The M5, the 5-minute through the daily are all bullish. We're not worried about the 1-minute because we take our trades on the 5-minute. So we're on the daily here, just because once you start highlighting these pairs here so that you know which ones to look at for the trading session, you have to make sure you stay on that time frame, and there's no reason for you to switch to do this strategy because all the time frames show up regardless of which time frame you're on, actually. So we're going to highlight that, and that'll move it to the top here and make it a gold star, and then we're going to move on here. Okay, and we're just going to scroll down. Now you can see here AUD, they're all bearish. You got the pair that's trending, AUD, and you have the direction. That is what the impulse scanner gives you here. And this really, like I said, only takes 3 to 5 minutes each day to determine which pairs are trending. You can see that one's no good, that one's no good. This one here is no good. We just keep scrolling down here and we just highlight the pairs where the 5 through the daily are all going the same way. You can see that's no good, that's no good. Okay, EURJPY is good. Everything except that 1-minute is bullish. Okay. EURNZD, that's no good because the daily is going the other way. So probably later this week that may change, but you're going to do this right before the start of your trading session that you're going to trade in. Okay, and it's only going to take you 3 to 5 minutes to go through here, right? Usually you end up with at least 3 to 5 pairs. Sometimes you get as many as 10. You can see here GBP/JPY is good, so we're going to highlight that, right? And and we're just scrolling. Sometimes, depending on your internet connection, you might get a little error or a little thing there where all of them don't show up. Just click on another one and then click back to it. We could see NZD/JPY is trending. Every time frame is bullish, right? And there you have it. So that took, like I said, 3 to 5 minutes. And we have 5 pairs that are trending for us in one direction, and we have that direction. So we have the best trending pairs right now that trade when the New Zealand session opens tonight. Now, myself personally, I don't take any trades on Sunday night, but I'm doing this for you here so that you see how to do it before the trading session. So I would not do this until Monday. Like I say, I usually do it right before 6 p.m., somewhere between 5:30 and 6 p.m. I go through this. I go in, I shut off any alerts that were in trading view from the day before. And then or actually I would leave them on. I would shut off any from last week though at this point. But you just set those trading alerts, and then once they go off, then that's when you drop down to your trigger chart, your 5-minute chart. So let me show you how to set these alerts. So we have AJ, right? Let's go over to trading view. Now I'm using the 30-minute as my higher time frame, okay? And basically all I want to do is I want to set an alert on the Bollinger Band breach. And we show you how. We have the Bollinger Band indicator here on the chart. We show you this in our community. If you're watching this, you're not a member yet, and you don't know how to do this, let me know. I can make you a quick video showing you how we set this up. But I only need these Bollinger Bands on my 30-minute chart. I don't need them on my trigger chart. So I don't have them there. But what I do have on my 5-minute trigger chart is I have my Smart Money Concepts Lux Algo indicator here. And this will help me find a change of character or a break of structure, and also will help you to identify an order block and also a fair value gap to trade from on your trigger chart, which is your 5-minute. And you'll be setting limit orders to take those trades. Now, I'm not going to go over that today, but this week, as these alerts go off, I will show you what I'm looking at and why and where I will set my limit orders, okay? But if you're not really strongly educated in smart money concepts, you can use this indicator to help you with everything, okay? You really don't have to watch any videos. We have lots of videos for you to watch, but this indicator will help you, and I'll show you how you can use this indicator as these alerts go off during the week. Now, I can spot these areas without the indicator, but that's not going to help you if you don't know how to do that. That takes, in order to learn smart money concepts, that's the downside to the Forex trading, the way we taught it here for the past few years, because you had to take 3 to 6 months, sometimes more, to learn these smart money concepts, ins and outs, break of structure, change of character, fair value gaps, right? Improper price action, IPA, order blocks, liquidity blocks, right? Mitigation blocks, all this stuff you have to learn about. And this indicator will help you if you don't know that, okay? So you can get started today. You can watch a couple videos on that impulse sheet that you get when you become a member, and you can get started, within 48 hours taking trades on a demo account. and testing out this strategy and seeing if it's something that you want to continue to use. And I guarantee you, once you do that, you will. Anyway, we're going to come to the 30-minute chart, and we're going to pull up on the impulse scanner, we got AUD-JPY and AUD-NZD. So let's just click on AUD-JPY. So we know that the direction here on AUD-JPY is bullish, right? And let's just click on that to make sure, right? Bullish. And so that means we want to wait for a pullback here, and we want to wait for this Bollinger Band to get violated to the downside, and that'll tell us now that we may have an opportunity to take a trade, okay? So we have Bollinger Band 1 and Bollinger Band 2, standard deviation 1 and standard deviation 2, and standard deviation 2 is this outside shaded area here. Standard deviation 1 would be the inside. Now, I want the breach to occur on the outside here. So to set the alert, I just go to add alert. I go to price here. I go to that Bollinger Band 2, and I want the lower area to be breached. And I'm going to do this only once. Otherwise, you're going to have these alerts go off constantly, okay? You only want to do it once. That gives you time to get to the trade, get to the chart, and then you can drop down to the 5-minute to see what needs to happen for you to be able to set your limit order to get into this trade. And you can leave those limit orders set, right? Until they either go off and you win or lose, or price just takes off and never comes back to that area, and then you would want to go in and turn that alert off. So we're going to just create these alerts real fast. AUD-NZD was bearish here on the scanner. We know the direction is down, so we only want to take sells for this, and we wait for a breach of this upper Bollinger Band here, and we're just going to set our alert price to, and this will be the upper area, right? Only once, create. Okay, the next pair here is EUR-JPY. So we have these 3 yen pairs here, and they're all bullish, right? EUR-JPY, right? That's the Euro yen, the pound yen, and the New Zealand dollar yen. So EJ, GJ, and NJ, right? So right here we have EJ. We want to wait for the breach of this lower Bollinger Band area. It almost got breached here at the close on Friday, but we'll just set our alert for Bollinger Band 2. And that is the lower Bollinger Band because this is the trend is bullish, right? And, you know, when you come to the chart also, we have our 3 EMAs on here. And if you don't have access to the impulse scanner, you could essentially use these, and you didn't know how to determine trend, you can go to each time frame and you can use these 3 EMAs, the 13 to 60, 1362 and the 200, to help you see the trend. But you can very easily see that here, you know, just by looking at it, that it's bullish. And the 13's above the 62, and they're both above the 200. Okay, so we got our alert set there. Now we're going to go to GJ. And again, we want to get a breach here of this lower Bollinger Band. Let me just remove any drawings I have here. Add alert. And this will be Bollinger Band 2, the lower area, because we're bullish. And then I believe the last one was NJ. Same thing here. We want a breach of this lower Bollinger Band. Oh, wrong thing. Add alert. You can also add alert by clicking on the button at the top as well. 2, lower, and that's it. Now, I was talking a lot, so it took me a little bit longer to do this. But you can essentially do this whole process in 3 to 5 minutes. The absolute maximum it could take you is 10 minutes to do this process every day, you know, roughly, you know, anywhere 1 hour 1 or 2 hours before the start of the trading session that you're going to trade. Okay. Now, then you won't have to stay at the chart because you're going to set these alerts. When these alerts go off, now you're going to have to come to the chart, drop down to the 5-minute, and you're going to have to wait for the smart money concepts to set up. Okay, so you're going to, what's going to happen is this, as this starts to move down here with a bullish uptrend, right? As this starts to move down and correct and hit this lower Bollinger Band, when you drop down to the 5-minute, right? The 5-minute is going to be in somewhat of a downtrend, okay? Because you have to come down to hit that Bollinger Band. And so now you have to wait. You just don't want to take that trade because it could continue downward. You want to wait for something to happen on your lower time frame, your trigger chart. You need a lower time frame flip or some other kind of smart money concepts pattern to form to tell you that it's now safe to set your limit order, which would be a buy limit order in this case, so that you can take this trade. Now, once your buy limit order is set, you don't have to do anything else until that goes off, okay? And you're going to have that set up where you're risking a 1-to-2, where it's a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio trade. You're risking 1% to get 2%, right? And so, if you're risking 10 pips, and I'll show you all this later on in the week, but your trades, you want to have your trades when you first start out, at least. As you get more advanced, you can determine your own method of how to do this. But the best way to do this is set up 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio trades. So that way you can actually lose 2 out of 3 trades and still break even. You're still going to lose trades with this strategy, but you're going to do a 25 trade block on demo, okay, to see how this works. And then once you see what will happen, then you'll have the mindset to go ahead and take these trades using your real money. Okay, but first you're always going to trade on demo for at least 25, 50, even sometimes 100 trades until you're ready to move to your live account. Okay, and then also down the road, you can try to take a funded challenge where if you pass that challenge, you can trade with other people's money and keep, anywhere from 80 to 90% of the profits with no risk at all to your actual money, right? So that's an option down the road as well. So this is how the strategy works. This is the impulse process sheet. And this is using our entry model here, 1, and there's, well, I'm sorry, it's strategy 1, but there's 2 different entry models, okay? And regardless of which entry model you decide to use, the way that I showed you just there to go through impulse, find which pairs you want to trade, and then set your alerts and trading view on your higher time frame, which for me is a 30-minute, that's exactly how you do that, okay? So any questions, drop them down below here. If you're ready to get started, get with me so I can send you the link. I'll send you a video showing you all the bonuses you're going to get and how to actually get started. So have a great Sunday, guys. And if you're watching the Super Bowl, root for your team. For me, I really don't want to see Kansas City win again, but I don't think the 49ers are going to be able to beat them today, but I hope they do. Have a great Sunday.